Welcome to the J&J Sip and Say. Jill, are you feeling better now?
I think so. I think I'm in the clear.
You were down and out late last week and over the weekend. Did you catch a bug?
I think I caught some food poisoning.
Is that your first bout with food poisoning?
That badly, yes. Where it's coming out both ends.
We won't dive into too many details, but basically you woke me up at like...
No, wait.
Yeah. You didn't wake me up intentionally.
Okay, well, let's just make that clear. It wasn't like I woke you up and said, oh, I just puked. You woke up because you heard me puking.
I heard you. It was like 3 a.m. I thought, she's not feeling good. And that continued for most of Thursday.
Yeah, I threw up 5 times in 5 hours.
Ugh.
And pretty much every hour on the hour for 5 hours. And then one more time that evening. I tried to eat something and it didn't.
It was like what, like some saltine crackers?
I had some peanut butter crackers. And those came back up.
Yeah, because I went to the Y and then I came back and you looked, and I mean this in the nicest way, you looked like a mess. You were pale.
Did I call you? I think I called you because you weren't going to come back here.
No, I wasn't, but I did after I talked to you. But just the way you looked, I was like, she is feeling bad. And we knew some people who had some stomach bugs go around their family. We was kind of hoping it wasn't that, just because we had the little one. And I was
so contagious.
And I was getting ready to do a work trip on Monday to Chicago, so I really didn't want to deal with that. But what did you eat? What do you think caused it?
I think it was one of those salad bowl kit things you can buy from the store.
Salads can be one of the worst.
Oh yeah, I read that after when I was researching. Is this food poisoning or stomach bug?
Did it say why salad's so bad?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know enough about it, but it seems like salad or what is it? Romaine lettuce is always on the recall list for restaurants, and
that's the only thing I can think of that I had that day. Or, I guess the day before. That was like weird, or I mean, I've had them a bunch of times before. I don't know. It was the only thing I can think of because we had the same thing for dinner, and you typically have more of a sensitive stomach than me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I've had it. I can remember 2 really good times and 3 kind of, and it's you're just down. You can't go anywhere. I think it's the one sickness you can call into work and say you have food poisoning, and there's no questions asked. Like, you call into work and say, oh, I got a bit of a cold, or I'm not feeling good, but you say you got food poisoning, they're like, oh, no, stay home. We get it.
One of my old college roommates, she was on the swim team with me, but she kept swimming after I quit. If she was having a fun night out and the hangover was terrible the next morning, or she could just happen to still be drunk, I don't know. She would tell our coach that she was having explosive diarrhea, and he would not ask any questions.
Yeah, I feel like food poisoning is the one you can, because I've had it a couple times while I've been working, and call him, hey, I got food poisoning. Oh, hey, take care of yourself, rehydrate, get feeling better. We'll see you in a couple days.
And there's nothing you can do. I mean, what are you going to do? Show up at work and you're just going to spend the whole day in the bathroom?
Right.
I mean, what's the point? I mean, I know you're not contagious, but what's the point in going to work if you're not going to get anything done?
It was like the one thing leading up to our wedding, I wouldn't say made me nervous, but I don't think I ate any sort of ground meat. Any chicken. I don't think I ate any really lettuce leading up to the days of our wedding because I didn't want to have food poisoning, 1, on the day of, or 2, that Monday when we're flying down to our honeymoon. So I was kind of like eating the most plain food for a week.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have that burden.
No, because that was awful.
I'm surprised it's the first time you ever really had it.
I mean, I've had like diarrhea before, but
I mean, like legit
not
food poisoning.
Like puking.
I like how you describe throwing up.
You feel like you're dying.
it doesn't feel good, but to me, the closest thing to death has to be getting the wind knocked out of you.
Well, I agree, but I think puking comes in a close second.
It's so violent.
It is. And you get to the point where you don't have anything else to throw up, and then you feel like you're choking, and yeah, I feel like you're dying.
It's a legit workout, like sweating.
And I know bulimia is a tried and true eating disorder.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that though.
Ugh.
I mean, I just know how miserable
Right.
throwing up is.
Well, this tells you how insecure the people who suffer from bulimia probably are.
And that's an extreme eating disorder.
The alternative is not to eat at all, which
Right.
isn't good either. But yeah, to voluntarily throw up like that. I mean, there have been some late nights where I'm kind of glad I did to prevent the hangover in the morning. Like a few of us have been there before. 'Cause that's the worst is if you have a really rough night, you're super hungover in the morning, and then you throw up in the morning.
Yeah. I thought after the first time, I was like, well, I'll take a shower and, just maybe it just didn't, something I ate just didn't agree with my body, and it just was like one and done. Oh, no. It was not done.
Yes, I've had it a couple times. One that the flu is probably the worst I've ever had. I mean, besides like some really illnesses I had, but the flu is one that it's kind of like everything. Cold, throwing up, you name it. I've been fortunate to only have the flu one time, but it was like a week's worth.
Well, that's why I didn't think this was a stomach bug, because pretty much by Friday morning, because I had gotten a good night's sleep Thursday night, and by Friday morning, I felt better. I mean, I was still, weak and tired and dehydrated, but I wasn't still throwing up or anything.
No, you didn't seem like you yourself until late Sunday. As far as getting rehydrated, getting food back in you.
Yeah, because I was kind of scared to eat anything.
I mean, you were excited to eat some toast on Sunday.
I had some toast Friday, like Friday afternoon.
Yeah, not much though.
All I had Thursday was Gatorade and popsicles.
Nice thing about being a stay-at-home mom. And luckily we have a grandparent that lives 25 minutes
Well,
away.
that's the thing. When you're a stay-at-home parent, it's kind of like, all right, well, what am I going to do with my kid?
It's true. It's good and bad. Luckily, like I said, we have a grandparent that lives 20 minutes away that saved us.
She came out, and I think I literally saw Blair for maybe a combined 20 seconds on Thursday when I would emerge from our bedroom.
Get that little bit of water.
Yeah. And he would just kind of smile at me, and I mean, he didn't really care that I was in the bedroom all. I mean, maybe they just have that sense like, oh, mommy's sick.
Mommy doesn't look good right now.
No, mommy looked terrible. I even looked in the mirror Thursday, and I'm like, you look terrible. You're pale. Your hair's a mess. You got circles under your eyes.
Yeah, it's crazy how a flu bug, something like that, can just get you down so quick. I mean, I've had, like I said, the flu once, food poisoning, or just a really good cold, and then you can be back good and within 3 days. How your body can recover so fast, but yet get taken out so fast.
Well, when you brought your mom over here Thursday, you're like, well, have you tried to drink any water? And I go, yeah, I took a sip and then I threw up.
Well, yeah, that tells you my doctorly advice. Hey, you gotta hydrate.
I couldn't even hardly stand Thursday. I mean, I was, aside from going to the bathroom, I was like bedbound. Because I would go out and, get more popsicles or just something to get out of bed. And I'd be in the middle of talking to your mom or something, and I'd be like, I just have to go lay down. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out standing here. It was that bad.
Yeah, that's just being weak and, like I said, lack of food, lack of hydration.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's basically what a hangover is you're dehydrated. That's why it's important to drink water.
I felt like this felt worse.
Well, yeah, I'm not comparing what you was going through, but yeah, there are certain sicknesses and just the way the body can recover or get taken down so quick. Yeah, because you were supposed to go up to Michigan to a bachelorette party, but you had no business going up there.
No. I mean, had it been, half hour away or something, I could have tried to go up Saturday I still wouldn't have drank or anything, but
Nothing.
and I'm not driving 4 hours when I'm
Yeah, 'cause
getting
you were
over
supposed
food
to go
poisoning.
to Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Cool town, a lot of neat breweries. Yeah, but 4.5 hour drive in that condition would have been silly. I got to drive 4.5 hours Monday and yesterday to Chicago and back. That was fun for a nice training trip.
Remind you that why you're not a city boy.
Oh gosh! As soon as I got to the Illinois state line, and it's 4 lanes of traffic, and I couldn't believe the amount of traffic at 1:30 in the afternoon. I mean, it's just solid.
It's probably like that all day. It's like
Yeah,
New York.
it has to be. Yeah, I went up to north. I was actually north of O'Hare for training on the new NAFTA that Trump has signed into law. I'm waiting for ratification from Canada, so I had to go up for training on that. And I do not get at all why anyone would want to live in that kind of chaos and busyness every day.
I agree, but
And I'm not
people do.
And I'm not knocking the city of Chicago or anything like that. I don't get the appeal. I don't get the appeal to live there. I don't get the appeal to go visit. Like, I could care less to go see Chicago or New York City, L.A. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind visiting them.
Ugh.
Well, granted, out of the 3 you mentioned, I've only been to Chicago.
Do you want to go to New York?
I think it'd be one of those trips, like, just to do it once.
There's so many other places I'd rather go.
Well, I'd rather go to those too. Jake, you know me. All I want to do is travel.
Oh, I know. What would make you want to go to New York, though? I mean, I can name maybe like 2 or 3 sites I'd want to see.
Okay, well, those sites are in New York City.
No, so I'm saying 2 or 3 sites.
I think
in
just
New York.
to see it, because we've talked about this. I feel like you can see it in movies and pictures, but I don't think anybody can grasp how big New York City is until you're there.
No. I would obviously want to go see the Ground Zero, the museum at the World Trade Center. Statue of Liberty. I'd probably do a mafia tour. I think that'd be pretty neat. Because, I'm pretty obsessed with the mobsters from the 30s, 40s, and up through the 80s. But other than that, I don't like to go eat the big fancy restaurants or walk
I
the
guess
streets.
I haven't looked into it that much, what I want to
Really?
see or
You're the
do.
one that wants to travel all the time. I figured you'd have it.
Well, I know you're not going to go with me to New York.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm a supportive husband, and I'd help you out, be your travel mate, but it wouldn't be in my top 50.
Okay. Well, there's only 50 states.
Oh, well, I mean, there's multiple places in Indiana I've never gone to I'd like to see.
I don't mind Chicago if I could just go and do like what I want to do and not versus what a group wants to do.
Yeah, traveling in big groups like that's difficult. Like, I know you did some of the field trips, chaperone, which is really cool, but then again, you're on such a tight schedule.
Yeah, we went to D.C.
And you're herding kids everywhere.
And I was 27 weeks pregnant.
I'm surprised you went. Your feet had to be throbbing.
Had I been any more pregnant, I wouldn't have gone.
Because not only the walking around D.C., the bus ride there had to be miserable.
Well, I got a combined, I think, 3 hours sleep, so I guess that prepared me for a newborn.
Where else did you guys go? You guys just hit the main sites, didn't you?
Yeah, and I mean, I had went in middle school too, but one of the places we went to that I had never been was Mount Vernon, where George Washington lived. That was pretty cool. We got to go in the White House.
So you got to go to the White House.
So that was cool too.
You didn't protest or anything at the White House?
No.
Trying to get you to go down a rabbit hole. Here.
Why would I protest?
I'm just kidding. What was the White House like? Was it real regulated as far as like where you could walk very specifically, like kind of a little mini
We
tour?
were only in the. Is it the East Wing? Which wing is Trump in normally? Because whatever wing that is, we were in the other one.
I know the West Wing was a TV show.
I know. So is that where all the action happens?
I think that's where all like the press conferences happen.
Okay, so we were in the East Wing then.
It's-
It's more, I mean, I don't know. There's maybe like 5 or 6 rooms we got to go into. And there is, it's all kind of like roped off where you can walk, and there's someone standing in every room monitoring everybody.
right.
I guess the only room that we were in of any significance was a room where they have a lot of the state dinners or a lot of events that Melania hosts are in there.
I could go to DC. That would definitely be high on my list just because of the history. I could spend days in the Smithsonian's.
Well, when I went in middle school, we didn't get to go to the Smithsonian's, so that was kind of cool.
Which ones did you go to? Because isn't there? I'm not really up on this. There's multiple buildings,
It's
right?
literally like an entire street.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, we went to Air and Space Museum.
That would be high on my list.
We went to some art gallery one. I think I just sat down the entire time and put my pregnant feet up.
Or you just lying on the floor with your feet up in the air?
Well, I sat on a bench.
Oh, okay. Well, I know there's a lot of homeless in DC. I don't know if you're trying to blend in.
I'm drawing a blank. Where else you cram so much into a few days? It's kind of hard to remember.
Let me guess,
what you do.
You had pregnancy brain.
Probably.
I can't buy that's a real thing.
So we went to Air and Space. We went to the natural history one.
Did you go to the Holocaust Museum?
Oh, in the Holocaust Museum. Yes, that was very good. We went to natural history. That's where the Hope Diamond is. And like the big elephant in the middle, and it has the like balcony around. You see it in movies.
Yeah.
That was that one.
What's the Hope Diamond? Is that from the Titanic? Is that not the...
No.
It's not from the Titanic where the movie is based off of?
No. That was the heart of the ocean.
Oh.
And remember, she drops it at the end.
I forgot they found
it's
it.
at the bottom of the ocean.
There's so many people that's been scavenging that crash site or the shipwreck.
Okay, I don't know the history of the Hope Diamond, but I mean, it's one of the biggest diamonds ever discovered, made. I don't know how diamonds are made.
Carbon. I learned that from the Big Bang Theory. It's carbon.
Yeah.
Crushed
Are
carbon.
you looking it up now?
The Hope Diamond?
Yeah.
I wonder what it's worth.
Oh, gosh.
I was gonna.
A bunch.
Wow, it's okay. So your wedding ring has a 1/2 carat diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I would say what is roughly average, maybe a touch under average.
No, you bought it.
I mean, as far as size.
Oh, sure.
This thing's 45 carats.
Mm-hmm.
$350 million value. Should have got that for you.
Yeah, okay.
Should have got that for your engagement ring.
It was hard to even get a picture of it. Oh, okay, I forgot it had the blue center to it. Yeah, the heart of the ocean, Jake, is what you're thinking of for Titanic. And it was in the shape of a heart.
That movie was on the other day. That was one of those movies we talked about on our movie breakdown.
And it's also a very old diamond, too. Like, I think it was lost for a while or something. I mean, it's been worn by, like, kings and queens.
How do you lose it?
I don't know.
I think it's got to be the size of a baseball.
Okay, when we're done here, then you can do your research on
I'll be Googling it all night.
The Hope Diamond.
Speaking of Holocaust, the one place over in Europe I'd like to go would be Auschwitz. I think it'd be very challenging, but I'd like to go see it.
I would agree.
Would you go? I mean, book the trip.
I think it's one of those, I wouldn't go to Europe solely so I could go to Auschwitz, but it's one of those, if I'm in the vicinity,
Well,
I'll for sure go.
I think Europe would be neat. I'd want to have no time schedule because I think
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like all these like big trips I've done, I've been a part of a group and I hate it because you're always on someone else's schedule and you don't get to do like There might be something that you want to go see, but you don't have time, or there's stuff that you go see and you could care less about seeing.
I don't even like going out to eat with a bunch of people. Like 2 other couples max. Because of that reason. One, if you're at a table of 12 people, you can't hear 6 of them unless you're yelling at each other.
True.
There's always the people that are late.
I like how we're comparing like a group trip to Europe to, I don't even like to go out to eat with other people.
Well, this is where I'm at on group things. There's always a couple that's late, and God forbid if we order without them, because they're the ones that's late, but that we'll wait for them, and it takes forever. And then someone has to get dessert that doesn't need a dessert. It's like, hey, we've been waiting an hour for you, or an hour for our food, and then you got to get dessert. I'm just I don't know. I'm not big on going out to eat with many people.
So a group trip to Europe is out of the question.
A group trip to Olive Garden is out of the question. No. Europe would be just you and I, and if we think we could get everything in 10 days, I'd want to be there 14. Because I feel like we'd probably get lost. The language barrier, I don't know. It'd be a great experience, but I think it would be kind of a crazy experience.
Speaking of getting lost, I know for sure that you would not want to be my partner on The Amazing Race.
That's really random, but yeah, you're absolutely
right. You segued from the Holocaust into...
I don't want to go too deep in that.
Into Auschwitz.
Such a depressing topic. We travel really well together. But the way we travel is we make it as low stress as possible.
When everything's already laid out for us.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a right thing to do things and there's a wrong way.
And the right way is how you do it.
Okay. I like getting the 6 a.m. flight if I want to fly somewhere. The airport's not crowded.
I know.
Those planes typically always take off on time.
I'm not talking about us like flying anywhere. I'm legit talking about us on a reality show getting handed a map and it's like a scavenger hunt where we have no clue what we're doing. I feel like you would not want to be my partner in that.
What hell?
See, yeah.
I'm
kind of what?
You kind of get. I feel like we'd get lost a lot. You get flustered. You have no patience.
I agree with that.
I think you would get really flustered, and when you get mad and flustered, you don't want to talk to me, or you want to yell at me, but it's not. You're not like you're mad at me, but I'm the object as closest to get yelled at, and then I'll probably get mad. So no, it probably wouldn't be best. We could do the Wheel of Fortune together. That would be a game we could. You're really good at the Wheel of Fortune.
Thanks. You throw me a bone on that.
Family Feud. We do Family Feud together.
Was there another reality show you said you wouldn't do with me? As couples?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
You'd probably vote me off in Survivor.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, we're going to share the money anyways. One of us might as well win it. That show's still on, too. 40 seasons.
Oh, gosh.
I think I hung around for 28. I was a diehard fan for a long time.
I think I could I maybe watched a cumulative like 3 seasons.
I love that show when it first came out.
It's one of those shows I think it's just been overdone now.
Well, they got where they're bringing back the same people all the time, and I mean, you only have so many tribal councils for us. You've seen them all. But it was an innovative show at the time.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Plus. It was like the first competition reality show, because it wasn't like the first reality show Road Rule. Was it Road Rules?
Road Rules, probably.
Real World?
Real World was on in the early 90s.
That was kind of like the first reality, I guess, TV show.
Would you go on Fear Factor with me?
No. There's no way. First of all, I'm not eating any of that stuff, and I'm pretty open to eat any type of food, preferably cooked. I mean, conch, octopus, squid, whatever. I'll eat a lot of different things. But no, first of all, I'm not going to eat any of that stuff. And if there's a challenge that has heights involved, Nope.
What if the second challenge isn't eating, but you have to like lie in a box of spiders or something?
Nope. Nope.
Still wouldn't do that.
No. I couldn't even watch the show.
Really?
I couldn't even watch shows. It just the gross stuff I couldn't watch, and then the height stuff it was hard for me to watch.
Okay, so that one's out.
Sorry.
So pretty much we're with Wheel of Fortune.
Okay. Would you?
I'm not saying I would do it.
Okay, there you go. I don't think either of us would.
But you still wouldn't want to be my partner.
I'd be a bad partner for anyone. Heights would be the scariest thing for me, probably.
And sometimes there's swimming involved, but you have a life jacket on.
Oh, I can handle that. I can swim and have a life jacket.
Even though.
Do you want to tell the story about the Bahamas when we were on our honeymoon and my life jacket almost failed me?
Sure. So on our honeymoon, in the Bahamas, we went and swam with dolphins. It was something I'd always wanted to do. And so, obviously you're in deep water and you have life jacket on. Now, I don't know about you, Jake. I mean, I've worn plenty of life jackets in my day.
Yeah, I'd done some tubing before and a little skiing.
Okay. I mean, I know swimming's not your forte. So I hop in the water. You know how you grab your life jacket up at the neck and you hop in and.
I did not grab my life jacket at the neck.
So I hop in and, obviously you go underwater and you just pop back up. So I popped up and I watched Jake hop in.
This is really deep water too. There's dolphins in the water.
And he did not grab his life jacket at the neck. And so he goes underwater. And when he pops back up, his eyes are about the size of dinner plates.
I thought I was going to lose my life by drowning on my honeymoon because my life jacket failed me.
But you legit thought that if you have a life jacket on and you jump in water, that you wouldn't go underwater.
It wasn't even jumping in water. I just slid off the little deck thing.
I think you. I don't know what you did, but when you came back up, your eyes were so big, and you just looked like, oh my gosh, I went underwater. It
was very surprising to me. No, it was just like a ledge, and you're kind of sitting there, and I'm like,
okay.
Oh hey, hop in the water. So I just hop in the water with my arms down, and all of a sudden, my life jacket is like the shoulder part's above my head. And my face is completely underwater. I just seen the ocean for the first time 2 days before that, so I'm just getting used to the saltiness. My eyes are open underwater and it's salty. It was terrifying. And then after that, I have to swim with these animals that are like 400 pounds and just pure muscle. Scary experience. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong, it was great, but yeah, I would like to see my face on that.
It was funny. The thought that you thought you weren't going to go underwater at all, that your life jacket just prevents you from going underwater at all.
I guess the only time I'd really utilized the life jacket was tubing, and things happen so fast, your arms are flailing and you just fly into the water. That's not terrifying to me, but just scooting off a little ledge and then I'm, underwater and my life jacket's floating above me. Yeah, it was a little scary.
So what were we talking about before that? The swimming.
Swimming on Fear Factor.
Okay.
So yeah, if I can't handle scooting into the water with a life jacket on, I can't do anything on Fear Factor.
You can't unlock all these boxes that you have to find the keys for.
Any of that stuff makes me real anxious. Like I'll be watching, we've watched some of the Navy SEAL training, the underwater training, where they basically trying to drown the people. There's no way. It makes me anxious to watch.
It reminds me anytime I watch David Blaine, it makes me anxious.
Blaine makes me nervous anyways.
He's weird.
He has to be though. I mean, if he was like a jolly good fella, his magic wouldn't be as impactful.
Jolly good. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of creepy. He's got to have, when we watched that special the other night, he's got to have like some psychic. Okay, this is going to make me sound dumb. They're called psychic mediums, right? Like medium as the size.
I thought a medium was someone that talked to ghosts.
But they're psychic too.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A psychic medium. You've never heard those two terms together?
I always thought it was a person that talked to ghosts. Is that just a medium?
I don't think so.
How's this relate to David Blaine?
Because I feel like he's psychic.
Because he can.
But how I'm referencing it has nothing to do with ghosts. So back to my question. Is it called psychic medium or median?
I think a median is like the middle of the highway.
Oh, I know that. But it's called psychic medium, right?
I think it's medium.
Size. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, is it chicken or is it tuna?
Are you going Jessica Simpson reality? Talk about a bad reality TV show.
Oh, I liked it. I always rooted for them.
It didn't work out.
No, but I liked them as a couple. So that was my chicken or tuna comment.
That's not that bad. That's a legit
I mean,
question.
you have to admit, that's like TV gold right there, that whole scene.
Yeah, but I just can't buy reality shows. Was she really that ditzy?
Probably.
Or was it, oh, hey, you could kind of make a funny joke here.
Is it chicken or is it tuna? I know it says of the sea. I don't know. I liked that show.
You like a lot of, I wouldn't say.
I don't watch as much as I used to.
You used to watch a bunch of bad reality TV.
No, I mean, people already know what I watch. My Big Fat Fabulous Life and my 600-pound life.
You were on the Jersey Shore. You were into, what were some of the others? The Hills. Did you ever watch The Hills?
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, any girl my age has watched Laguna Beach or The Hills.
Weren't they the same thing? Same people?
Yes. Laguna Beach was when they were in high school, and then The Hills was the spinoff when they lived in LA.
Why are these parents letting their high school children be filmed for reality TV? And I know it's Hollywood or in LA, but
money. I don't know.
Must be a lot of money. Yeah, some of your TV. Yeah, the Jersey Shore was terrible. That show was awful. I can't believe you watched that one. What else did you watch? I watched Survivor. I mean, I'll admit that.
I don't know. I don't watch as much TV as I used to.
No, I don't either of us watch much TV anymore, but used to, especially when Blair was real little. But well, we've talked about basically nothing important tonight, but
nothing but everything.
Yeah, hey. I said, hey, let's just have a conversation, see where it goes. I said I was traveling to Chicago, so we didn't do our normal schedule this week, but I'm just glad to be home. Driving down those interstates is crazy, but it was a good trip. Hopefully I don't do it very often.
Yeah, Blair missed his daddy.
Yeah, he was saying it over and over and over on the phone when we were video chatting. So, yeah, for me, traveling like that, I mean, if I have to do it once in a while, I get it, but man, to be gone all the time, it's just not for me. I know a lot of people like it, and obviously there's a lot of financial benefit, but not my thing. Not my thing at all. I like being home and waking up in my house every morning. So, well, to a random episode for just the fun of it. Jill, cheers.
Make it a great day.